Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Kayla. If you're new here, hi, but I feel like most of you are returning friends, but super excited if anyone is new to my channel. So this channel has been growing and evolving for many years now, and at this point what I feel most called to do is tarot and oracle readings. And lately what's been coming up is this like Lightworkers broadcast channel. So this feels like messages for Lightworkers. And now what I seem to be feeling into is a few other types of videos, but what's coming through today is a specific channeled message with regards to your work, career, passion situation. And this is not a pick a card. This is just like a one stream type of thing, which is not something I normally do. I really enjoy the pick a cards, but it's just coming through that it just needs to be like one message. So whenever you land on this, whoever you are, there is going to be something in here for you. Okay, I'm gonna quit my mail app so I don't keep getting these notifications. Yeah. So I'm excited. I'm excited to dive in. Let's see what's coming up for y'all with regards to, oh, my arms are getting chills. With regards to work, with regards to your career, where you're at, what's going on. I'm also wondering if I even need to have my ring light on, because there's like a lot, there's like a lot of light and a lot of light happening right now. Let's try that. That's fine. We can deal with it. Normally I like to have a little balance, but you know what? I'd rather just, it's bright right now. Okay, anyway, we're going to start with the Kantaji Oracle. This is going to be like an archetypal energetic that's going to speak on where exactly you're at in your process, in your awareness around your career path, work, all those fun things. Then we're going to dive into the Earth Warriors Oracle. This is kind of going to be like a medicinal support for you. Then we'll dive into some tarot, and then we're going to dive into the Dreamscape Oracle for something that can help to inspire, like, you know, reignite something within you. So, without further ado, okay. They be coming out quick. Number 19, the Moss Cauldron. So depending on when you're watching this, the 19th of a month could be important for you. 1 and 9 is actually a pretty powerful dynamic. It's a really interesting in-between energy. It's a little bit frustrating. It's that like, I know I'm almost there. I know what I'm working towards. I see the beginning, but I'm not quite done yet. 1 is new beginnings. It's freshness. It's some, you know what I mean? It's numero uno. 9 is usually about cycles coming to a close, things clearing out, you know, we're almost wrapped up. And then 1 and 9 is 10. So it is talking about like alpha and omega. It's talking about the beginning and the end. An ending usually needs to happen in order for a beginning to do its thing. But you guys got the Moss Cauldron. I literally opened to the page. This never gets old. If you don't believe in fucking, and like, I don't know, you don't have to believe in magic, right? I don't know what type of word you want to put on it, but like, that shit's fucking bonkers. The fact that I was just like, oh, I'm here for it. I'm not going to read the whole thing because there's a lot in this deck in particular. There's like the story, there's the keynotes, there's the symbology, guidance, icon usage, portal usage, practices, creative prompts, ecological connections. I highly recommend this deck. If you like working with Oracle, this is an extremely powerful deck. But anyway, I digress. As you walk through the woods, you come upon a great old tree with roots that have created a deep bowl in which moss has grown. You are transfixed by the play of light on the minuscule pearls of dew that adorn the rich green moss. You carefully extricate the moss from the tree roots so it maintains its bowl shape, and then walk on, cradling your green prize. When night falls, you build a fire. Remembering the play of light on the glistening moss, you carefully turn the bowl inside out so the moss, still somehow covered in dew, can catch the flicker of the flames. Further entranced, you find yourself filling the moss bowl with water from a stream, carrying it back to the fire and crafting a way to hang the moss bowl over the flames. As the water heats, you find yourself gathering an iridescent feather, a smooth stone, a bit of fur snagged on a burr, pollen from a blossom, a woody thorn, and a tendril from a viridescent vine. You carefully drop each forest finding into the steaming, moist green cauldron. You are brewing an elixir. Ooh, I have chills. Keynotes: balancing opposites, cultivating an alchemy between your inherent talents and abilities and your inspired visions. Damn, I feel so much coming through from this. Connect with your vision and inspiration. What lights you up and why? Shine the light of your awareness on your actual resources. How much time, energy, and support you have to give to this vision. Consider the knowledge, skills, and devotion you have that support the realizing of this vision. Use this image to help you recognize your inherent abilities and strengths and to understand how to put those in service of your truest dreams. Let this image inspire you to blend opposing forces in creative ways. Ooh, what if there is some perfect alchemy of the polarities in life? What if my vision, circumstances, resources, and even my perceived limitations are together the very ingredients necessary to achieve my dreams? Oh my God, it couldn't be more perfect. This has me feel... This is what I've been like sitting with and working with the past few days, and then it's one of those moments where you're like, wow, someone like put perfect words and art to it. This is why I love tarot and oracle. This is why I love this shit. This is why I do what I do. If you're in a space where you have just not been able to fucking see the light at the end of the tunnel, you're not really sure why you're doing anything you're doing, and you're feeling like, you know, maybe lost a little bit, I guess could be the word, or not feeling inspired, not feeling invigorated about doing what you normally really love or enjoy doing, right? There's this like essence of magic, of awareness, of openness that's seeping in and really pushing you to become like cognizant of the fact that you have everything that you need to work with right now. You have everything you need, and you might be in a position like I was in a couple of days ago where you literally just need to surrender to the process and do whatever the fuck you feel like doing. We're going to go deeper. We're going to go deeper with the rest of the oracle cards, but this is a really strong start. This is like an active choice. Like, I know that I'm here to create something. I know I'm doing something. I know I believe in who I am and what I'm doing. Like, all those types of things all that type of energy is coming forward for you. And there's this feeling of like, but what am I doing? And what am I searching for? And sorry, this happens to me almost every time I shave my head. I go like a little bit too close, and then the guy who used to do my hair back in Jersey would always tell me to grow these out, and now every time I look at it, I'm like, God fucking damn it. It's very annoying for me. My human is showing. Anyway, this is so powerful to receive. This is so powerful to receive because it's putting you into the awareness of being the magician. Okay? So if you're familiar with the tarot, the magician is the archetype that uses all of the elements to create something. I feel this happening for you. I feel a lot more coming from this, but we're going to pull more cards because I feel like more has to come together before I share whatever it is. It's not ready to come through yet. All right, so this is like a medicinal message. If we're bringing awareness to like where we're at and the energetic of what we're moving through. You guys, the number 42 has been my favorite number my whole life. No explanation. I'm like, yeah, that's my number. And maybe a year or a little bit less ago, some girl was like building a mobile home on TikTok. And she had placed the number 42 on the entrance to the home. And she said the number 42 is like the number and the sound of the universe. And I was like, oh. So you got number 42. Kanyini, in each other we find ourselves. Oh my God. I have a lot of chills on the left side of my body. Yeah, you have everything you need around you already. Everything you need is like right in front of you, which is like a tough pill for me to swallow too. But I keep hearing surrender. The hummingbird energy is so present right now. It's so present. And what hummingbird does is, you know, in the Peruvian tradition of the directions, the hummingbird rules the north. And the hummingbird carries the nectar, the sweet nectar of life, to and from all of the different places and situations. So it's about, you know, being very adaptable, being very mobile, and like taking everything you learn and bringing that with you places, using the sweetness of a moment to fuel you on your journey. The number 4 and the number 2, and then they come together for 6. 4 is about protection, it's about stability, it's about foundation, it's grounding, it's earthy, it's masculine. You know, think of a square, right? And then 2 is balance and harmony, you know, couples, unity, things like that. And you bring that together for a 6, and it's about focus, it's about love, it's about compassion, nurturing. It's a pretty feminine number, all things considered. So, yeah. In each other, we find ourselves. What else? I was going to say I would fucking die if I opened up straight to it again. Here we go. There's a spiritual purpose that only you can fulfill. As you move forward on your journey, you create space for others to move along behind you. And as the ones ahead of you move forward, so too does room open up for your expansion. Upon this earth, we are all building the sacred temple, each fulfilling our tasks as we assist and support each other in our collective divine mission. How can you help with your heart most actively engaged? What can you offer which inspires and energizes you so much that others are uplifted in your presence? How can you receive from others joyfully, bringing them pleasure? Engage in giving and receiving deeply and with devotion. Your wisdom and openness to life generates healing for our earth. From Southern Africa arises the term Ubuntu, which translates as humanity. It is an expression that refers to our humanity in the best possible sense. Goodness, kindness, and virtue expressed toward one another. In Ubuntu, humanity is bonded through our societal relationships with each other. We belong to each other and can show warmth to all, even strangers, based on that spiritual understanding. In Zimbabwe's Shona language, Unhu is about right relationship to each other. No child is ever an orphan where there is Unhu. There is respect and leadership as people are taught to guide themselves, and the leader remains open to conversations and connections with those being led. So what I'm really feeling is like when we're feeling lost, when we're not feeling like we're on track with our path or our career or the work we're doing, how we're showing up, and this is whoever you are. If you're a spiritual worker, you know, you're in the realm of like providing energetic spiritual work for people, or if you literally work, you know, at a bank. It doesn't matter. Whatever you do for resources, right? For money, to stabilize yourself, to provide a service for other people or provide support for other people, no matter what context you do that in, it's important for you. Everything we do is important. And what we do for a living, which for most of us is going to be most of the time and energy that we expend, period. I don't know what's going on. Then there's going to be a need to be entranced and in depth with the things that we're fascinated by and that we love and enjoy. And there's also going to need to be a tie-in to community, to supporting others, right? To being in right relation, because what we're doing is never just for ourselves. Everything we do is constantly reverberating out to everything else. So no matter what you think, no no matter what you think, I genuinely feel like everything we do is connected to other people and other things. And so if you're very intentional about the fact that what you're doing is in some way, shape, or form for other people, then we need to come to that space of acknowledging, like, yeah, I'm like, this is for my community. You know, how do I give more? And how do I receive better? Because some of us are really fucking bad at receiving. There's a lot of reasons for that. And some of us have a very hard time giving because we've just given so much and we have not been able to receive. So there's a very divine balance happening where the more that you invest in what genuinely lights you up and brings interest to you, the more you're giving to the collective, the more you're doing what you're here to do. And I would highly recommend, you know, if you're interested in human design, kind of looking at like the purpose of each energy system, because projectors are advisors, right? So no matter how you end up doing it, as a projector, you being in service is being an advisor. You know, being a generator, you're a builder. You're supposed to be building things. So, you know, I think that all of these tools that we have, all these things that we're becoming aware of, right, help us to further clarify and define what it is we're doing in the world. And I feel like if we just allow ourselves to fall into who we are, it becomes so much easier. And, you know, it doesn't have to be a struggle all of the time. We're going to go ahead and dive into the tarot and see what wants to pop up here. With regards to your work, with regards to your passion, this whole concept of like bringing balance, you know, bringing balance to what you love doing and what's supportive to your community, to the community as a whole. We're starting off real strong. Oh, what is looming? You have Knight of Wands reversed. Why do we have a tendency to not? Ooh, butterfly. Big orange butterfly. Wow. Why do we have yeah, big confirmation. We have a tendency to not There's a couple of things here. Wow. First of all, the concept of personal timing is very important here. So we have the Devil, we have the Knight of Wands reversed, and then we got Temperance. It's really important to pay attention to your personal timing. I say that because for some of you, there's a couple of messages here. For some of you, you have a tendency to just be in a state of resistance, right? And so you stop yourself from pursuing like what you're interested in, pursuing what lights you up, pursuing your dreams, all those things, because you're waiting for the right time. It's just a bad habit. And when I say bad habit, I just mean that like that's not actually supporting you or moving you forward anymore. It used to be supportive for you and it's just not anymore, and it's not working anymore, if you catching my drift. And you know, for some of you, there's a genuine like, you're just not ready, and that's okay. I feel like you need to question that though. I feel like you need to question why you don't feel ready, and you need to like sit with that or like dialogue with it. I actually just wrote a whole post on Instagram about self-dialogue because it just seems to be like you're blocking yourself and holding yourself back because you're waiting for the perfect time or you're waiting to feel a certain way. You don't have time for that anymore. 9 of Cups. You're literally holding yourself back from happiness. You're holding yourself back. And, you know, I'll just give the personal example. I have a tendency to get very wrapped up in my work and feeling fulfilled through work and feeling good about myself because I like push myself and because I am like, I'm working super hard towards a goal and I have to say no to all these things and I can't do that because I'm working hard. Right. So what I keep coming back to is like how important my happiness is. And not just like, yeah, me doing things that like I enjoy. That's not it. Like my innate natural joy. The reason that a lot of people are in my life, that I have really incredible friends that I consider family, that, you know, all of that is because I'm a joyful person. It's because bring that to a space or to the table, you know, when I'm just letting myself enjoy myself. I'm a happy motherfucker. So like, you know, I stop myself from being fully present with the people that I love because I feel like I have to be getting something done. And so I need to like hold myself back from fully enjoying things. Or I find reasons to be like, this thing or this person is like not supporting my evolution at this time or whatever. Like once you get into this space, it is so easy to start like overthinking your way into and out of everything. The ego just becomes so much more subtle, and it's so important to get back into your heart. It's so important to get back into your body. And yeah, it's not about like doing and getting something done and being a production machine. Queen of Wands reversed. It's not about that. You have a lot of natural and innate strength and power and drive to move forward. I feel like what's missing is play. And what's missing is like your ability to just enjoy exactly where you're at and everyone and everything that's present in your life. And like not push that away. For cereal. I still have a little bit of time. Oh, 22:42. Okay. I got so many chills down my left arm. Yeah. That nurturing, the relational nurturing feels so important. The fact that that card came up, in each other we find ourselves. It's the community. It's being close with people. You know, it's that emotional fulfillment. And I feel like a lot of us who are on like the healing journey, who are working on ourselves, all of these fun things, we have a tendency to, and some of us have to do this, right? We have a tendency to look at like how fucking traumatizing a lot of our past has been. Even if it's like, if it's, you know, minor, like lowercase t trauma or big fucking capital T trauma. You know, a lot of us have dealt with shit with our families that we'll just keep saying like, well, I'm this way because this happened. And until, you know, I was able to come to the realization the other day that a part of me that was struggling was the part that was not believed in by my father and other men in my life. Like other men did not acknowledge or support my power and my ability to create and to do things. And I don't let that, like just because that came into my awareness, it does not affect like how I look at or how I, you know, involve myself with my dad or the men in my life. It's something that I can acknowledge deeply within myself and my experience, and then go outwards and be like, yeah, okay, but that was in the past and who am I now? How do I want to show up now? I love having fun with my family. I love being around my family. And it's tough because I also really fucking love living very far away from them. I love being out west. I love being in Arizona. I don't like being on the East Coast. I don't like being in the states that most of my family and friends reside in. I'm just not happy there. So it's challenging because on one hand, there's this energetic of like, I need to be where I want to be and I'm stoked to like be here and doing these things. And it's fucking hard to be away from the people you love. And it's harder to have like healthy relationships with the people you love when you're not like when you're physically like not even remotely close to them. It takes more work. It takes more effort, and you have to choose to make that effort. So I feel like you guys are in a position where you're needing to choose to like effort, to allow yourself to like do the things that make you happy, to allow yourself to make the time for the things and the people and the places that you enjoy. Something that could be inspiring and supportive for you to work with and call in right now in this process. We might pull some more tarot cards, but I want to see what comes from this first. I knew it. You guys are literally just getting pushed. This is basically like the magician in this oracle deck. The architect. Spirit's like, you need to be what you want to be. Make it happen. Do it. The architect is a mysterious figure, and it's on page 11. Their eyes appear wide open, yet blurred by the state of flow. They honor the creative state, which holds the key to unlock the plan made inside their mind. When made inside their mind, you need to make up your mind of how you want to show up. You need to create this reality. You need to say, you know what? I'm done being like aggravated and depressed today. I want to show up happy. I want to smile at every person I see. I want people to feel warm when they're near me, you know? Like, you need to sit down and write out, like, this is how I want to show up to other people. And whatever your answer is fine. Because this is a right now thing. This is going to, can and will probably change. But what I wrote down the other day when I was like, how do I fucking want to show up? It's like, I want to show up joyful. I want to show up warm. I want to show up open. I want to show up available. I want to show up happy. I want to show up pure. And so I need to actively make that choice in every interaction I have. When the architect begins a new idea, they close their eyes and give into the creation within. When they have the item fully formed in their mind's eye, they can work their magic to make it a reality. The horns on their head direct the power required to make magic happen. Their hands are relaxed, releasing the energy of the architect's design. The Masonic eye appears within the space between their hands. The symbol reminds the architect of their ability to manifest their divine will. A butterfly hovers near the architect's tattooed face, bringing new creations and designs to their capabilities. Meaning, create your own life, use your mental powers to manifest your desires. So this is just a point in your life where you're needing to like mentally pull it together and choose, like, I'm no longer going to try and like force these things to happen. I need to just allow myself to figure out what it is that makes me happy and move in alignment with that. And how does that connect with the people around me? How do I show up with the people around me directly in my life? How do I want to show up for the people who are going to come into my life, whether that's new collaborators, new work partners, new friends, like new partners, you know, whatever it is for you. There's a big message of like allowing in play and allowing in other people, like community, and allowing in what you're here to do and to provide in a way that feels really good for you. I think the biggest sticking point right now is just allowing yourself to be happy and enjoying things, you know? I can resonate very strongly with that. Bottom of the deck is justice reversed. So you're literally doing yourself and everybody else an injustice if you don't just have fun. Yeah, Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups. Joy, nurturing, emotional abundance, and like, oh God, it's so, oh, Okay, it's so good. It's so good. I hope that this message landed and resonated well for all of y'all. It felt very fucking necessary. And just to know that this is what's connected with your work. It's pretty funny in my opinion, because it's literally just Spirit's way of being like, that shit doesn't matter. You know what does matter? Have fun. You're literally only here for like this long in the grand scheme of things. And if energy cannot be created or destroyed, and it can only be like shifted and moved around, think of that. You like never cease to exist. However, you are only in this physical experience for a couple of years in the grand scheme of things. If like, think of eternity, which like we kind of can't. 70 to 100 years is literally nothing. So make the most of all of your experience here. And there's something that I read yesterday. I'm going through a really fucking phenomenal crystal course right now. And we're currently studying and paying attention to the concept of like the elements and how that relates to crystal use and energy. But what I found so fascinating that she shared, can you tie that in for me, please, and bring it back? Is that the earth element is actually like one of the most spiritual elements. It's the most dense experience of energy. So bringing spirit into existence is earth energy. So it's so fucking profound, you know, your physical experience is so important and it's so profound. And it's the most dense. It's a lot to work with, but you're here. So fucking make it count. You know what I mean? Like that's just where I'm at. But anyway, I'm sending you guys so much love. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for receiving this. Thank you for listening. Anything that I think you would need is in my description box below, and please feel free to reach out. Feel free to share this and comment, you know, any of that type of engagement. Please like the video. Really does help. It helps. So thank you. And I appreciate you. And I'll chat with you soon.